Hey, what's happening, everybody? Chris here from Test the Speed Shop. No, not body shop. I'm gonna retire here soon.
Nope.
Yep. I'll sit and watch.
Great.
Just have a chair set there for me so I can sit and...
Awesomeness of a Mopar being good.
Awesomeness of a Mopar. Christ. Shit's getting deep now. Awesomeness of a Mopar.
Awesome.
God. I'm gonna throw up. So anyways. Got the door pretty much done. So it's actually straight, sorta. No more big gashing dent in the side of it, which is kind of nice. No more big dents in it before. A little bit better job than I did the first time around. So we went ahead and put some build prime and sanded it down and stuff. We still got a couple areas here we need to just go over a little bit, but for the most part it's pretty much finished. Tried fixing our body line here. It's still a little wonky. If you look, you can see it's a little dippy there, but it shows good. Problem is that when it got hit, it hit right there in that body line and it caved it all in, kind of like the front fender. So I had to kind of rebuild the line to get it to look a little bit better. It is what it is. I'm thinking this door's pretty much, I think the door's pretty sprung from getting hit, because it got hit up here and it's out a little bit high up in this area and stuff. So I think that's just all internally in the door because it got smashed. And then the freaking gash down the side of it was a whole separate accident, because what got messed up there in the center happened when this quarter panel got glommed into, and it hit the door, and then it hit the front fender, which if you go back into my videos you'll see that passenger fender was pretty much junk. I mean, it's fixable, but it's going to take time, and I ended up finding a replacement. So this whole side of the car the whole way down got pretty much wiped out whenever that happened. So I don't know. We can't keep up with the accidents this thing had. Like I said, there isn't much of a straight panel on this whole car. Everything's just wadded up. Amazingly enough, it drives straight and doesn't dog walk or handle weird. Because if it did, I'd have gotten rid of it long ago. But no, it goes down the road straight. Because on this side, this is where the fender got stoved up in. And this fender's got some issues too because of that. And I don't know if it did anything back there or not, but we hacked all that off, so that's all gone. So that's pretty much where we're at. Pretty much got this fender, or this door, pretty much dialed in where we need it. It's looking pretty nice. Body lines all line up nice on it. It's looking pretty good. And then we gotta move on to the passenger door, or driver's door, I'm sorry. Get that squared away. Sorry about the wood in the way. You can see it lines up. It all lines up pretty nice the whole way down. So once we get the driver's door done, then we can move on to the rest of it and start getting it roughed up and get it in the primer and start blocking and doing other things. I gotta fix my cheap Chinese freaking tachometer though. Somebody else tell me if they've had problems with it melting in the damn from the light bulbs. Put it down in the comments. I'm curious, and also this tack is only 3 years old. I don't have a orange line anymore. I have a white line. It faded out that much. I don't understand. Probably because it's just junk. I don't know. It works all right, but it's not overly accurate. But it's close. It's a couple hundred RPM off, but it's on the high side, which is fine. But yeah, the damn thing just kind of just melted right here. So I don't know if even I'll fill it with some filler to try and smooth it out, but I don't know how much that's going to work either. The heat will crack it out or not. So, but at any rate, that's where we're at. Got the door done. Looks a lot better. We just got to move on to bigger and better things. It was a lot of work trying to get that thing straightened out. How about it, Tom? A lot of work trying to straighten that door out. I'm trying to get it at least looking like that.
Yeah.
So.
It came a long way from what it first looked like.
Yeah.
It got nailed good.
Yeah. If you go back in my videos towards the beginning, you can see what the door looked like because I did the door when I did the front end.
You can see how that front fender looked too.
Yeah.
That fender was hell of a salvage.
Well. Yeah, this whole corner was junk. It got nailed pretty good. Somehow we straightened that out.
It didn't take a lot of putty to fix all that.
No.
We didn't mean a lot of putty.
No, there's not a lot of filler in it, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
We had a little fill primer put to it and then level it out, we should be good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's blocking pretty straight now. So we got a couple spots we went through, so we just want to hose it again with some more build prime and block it again. And we should be pretty good. We just got to move on to the next mess.
You guys want to save yourself some pain in the butt.
Oh yeah.
Get yourself a decent block.
Yeah, we borrowed this off of Tom's buddy. That thing works nice.
It has rods that go in it.
Yeah, to keep
so
it
you can
straight.
make it stiff, or you can take the rods out and it flexes to your body.
Yep, it bends.
This thing saves a ton of work.
Yeah, that works nice for doing big panels. We used it on the quarter panels too. Use it on the
You
door.
gotta have this. Saves a lot out of it.
Yeah, it does. The only problem is you run into is that when you get down to the body lines and the curves and stuff, you can't really use it down there. You kind of gotta kind of do some other things there to get it right.
You gotta be creative.
Yeah.
Sanding those lines.
We got a round block that we use in the body lines.
That helps.
Yeah, that works out pretty good.
That gets the contour back into it right through here.
Yeah.
And then if you want to shape this, like we had to fix
Yeah, we had to use my fingers. Had to use my fingers to make it have the same profile as the rest of it. I had to do the same thing on the front fender. I had to use my fingers to profile it because it was so bent up. Because even this line isn't that great. I mean, but that was all pretty much created. There's not a lot of filler in it. It's just that I had to pretty much, because this whole thing was smashed in.
Most of it all out except for right up to here.
Yeah, right up to here.
Yeah,
right up in there. But this was all beat up the whole way down.
It was all greased to hell.
I even used chisels as had some blunt chisels that fit the contour of that, and I used them as like a hammer and dolly to get most of it, to get a lot of it out. I just fit the chisel in there and just tapped around it to get it to bring some more of that out so we could get more of the contour in it. Yeah, there's a lot of work in that fender. A lot of guys wouldn't have even have fixed that. They'd have just put a new one on or find a replacement. But we couldn't find one. We found the passenger side, but we couldn't find the driver's side.
So.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? At least we got one. Imagine if we had to put that other fender back together. And you can see that in my video too. You can see how bad that thing is. I mean, it's fixable, but it would have been a lot of work. But yeah, it'd have been a lot of hours in that fender.
A lot of hours in that fender.
Oh yeah, and this one, yeah, there's a lot of time in that.
If they see how we bit that back all out.
Yeah,
we had to put one patch in.
Yeah, we had to put a patch in it. Yeah.
There were 2 patches.
Yeah, we put 2. We put down at the bottom. We patched it down there. You can kind of tell because we didn't get it metal quite bent tight enough. And then down here, there's a patch in here because when it got stoved up in, it hit the wheel well and then started to rust at the wheel well. But there's a patch, a metal patch right in here that we put in. So, but yeah, I mean, it's not overly perfect, but It looks pretty good. Like I said, there's a lot of work in this fender to try and get it to look this good. No, there wasn't any fenders out there, that's for sure. And we tried to find a fender that was better, but we couldn't. And I didn't want to put an aftermarket one on because all the things you read about the aftermarket fenders, guys are cutting them apart and re-welding them back together to make them line up, and I wasn't going to deal with it. That passenger fender is actually a new old stock fender we found. Yeah, it took us, we mocked it up and it took us like 10 minutes to mock it up. It just fell right on the car and lined right up. No, we didn't have much time in that at all. It just pretty much fell right on the car. Yeah, this is an old NOS fender we found. So, we dragged it home and put it on, which was just dumb luck. Paid $125 for that fender. Yeah, I know. He did have both of them, but he sold a 69 and the guy took the driver's fender when he bought the car.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do?
We were happy to get that.
Yeah.
Because that would have took some...
Yeah, that one upstairs would have taken quite a bit of work. I mean, like I said, it's fixable if you want to take the time to do it, but it's an original fender too. But there's just from the accident, because like I said, the accident went the whole way down the side of the car. But when it got hit in the back there, yeah, it went the whole way down, and then somebody else wrecked it again. And when they wrecked it again, they stoved it in down there. I actually knocked that one out with the block, and then they went down the door, and that's when they knocked all the Bondo out of the door, because I guess it flexed it and everything fell out, cracked it all up. So this poor car's got a checkered past like you would not believe. So, and I don't even know the history on it. I did find an old registration, and I did find a student ID card, and I did look up the phone numbers, but I never called anybody on it. I'm kind of apprehensive because I don't want to know. Because we found what? We found dried up joints in it.
What?
We found dried up joints in it. In the car. I said we found dried up joints.
Yeah.
And we found rolling papers. And a baggie of, we don't know what it is.
Yeah, some stoners.
So, that probably explains why the car was so beat up. Somebody thoroughly enjoyed it. Which is fine. You know, hey.
Left the bar somewhere.
Yeah, they smeared something or bounced it off with something or hit something or somebody hit them or whatever. But, hey, they enjoyed it. Somehow they took care of it mechanically, but not looks-wise.
Yeah, they did.
Because mechanically, it's fine.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So, yeah, everything else is junk. So, alright, well that's going to be it for this video. I'll bring you back when we get some more stuff done on it. So, hopefully it'll be the driver's door we're looking at. So, alright, till then.